Welcome to the Sunbirdcrochet podcast. My name is Claudia and I'm coming to you from Germany. To all the new subscribers and hello to my friends who are coming here regularly. I hope that you had a lovely day and that you are in the mood for some crochet. I guess you are, otherwise you wouldn't be here. So today I have for you two finished objects and I'm going to talk about my cardigan again. A little bit about the construction, the technique and the next step. And then I also have some incoming. So let's start with finished objects. I'm wearing the first one right here. This is a little bit of an unusual construction. Let me take it off. Last time I've shown you the yarn which I was gifted by my cousin Miriam, and it was a very bulky yarn or chunky yarn, and I've chosen the pink and gray color here to make like a chain kind of a cowl based on a chain design. And this is not worked in, I'm not working into the stitches of a previous round, but rather I am creating a new round and I am interweaving here at the chain spaces. So that gives quite loopy, holy structure if you hold it up like this. But if you are wearing it, it stretches out more like this. And I imagine that you can also put around here like a leather shawl holder, and that would look even nicer, I think. It's not really my kind of color, it makes me look pale, but I think this might be a Christmas present for someone special. So this is my first finished project. And my second finished project I was planning to show to you in one of my next episodes, but I'm going to show you today. It's like a very childish project maybe, but it's actually for Halloween. And yes, there will be, or I'm planning a special Halloween episode, and I'm gathering crochet items for that and stories and other things, but that's for the future. For today you can see it peeking here in the background. Let me put it on. It's a mushroom head with a pointy, gnarly top. And why am I wearing it, or what am I going to use it for? I have absolutely no idea. It's a fun project. I made this using a pattern. I bought it on Ravelry, and it's the Twisted Toadstool pattern. You start off here at the tip and it It's not a straight one, it moves around like a circle, or not, like a, it looks gnarly, it looks witchy. And when you move down here, and when you start with a brim, and when you also add these ones, they're going to be sewn, or they are sewn onto the brim here at the end. And then you fold the edge of the brim around, and you sew this to it at the same time. And then you can decorate your pointy, gnarly head with, I just made some dots, as you can see, but the pattern also gives you instructions for mushrooms, smaller mushrooms, but I thought this is quite enough already. Yes. I used yarn from Stash. I had quite a lot of red yarn left, and I held 3 strands of yarn together using for this part here a 5mm hook, and for the brim a 4.5mm hook to make it more sturdy. Still, it's a little bit wonky, but I don't mind too much. And this yarn here, the white one, is 100% natural wool from the White Mountain Goat, the White Mountain Sheep wool, which I once bought to make a cardigan, a cable with cables, but I frogged this because it was just not agreeing with me. So this is the toady witchy hat. I made something different, not according to the pattern, and that is actually that I stuffed this part because it flopped. It was floppy, so I filled it with some red yarn leftovers, and then let me show you the ugly underside. I've made this faux bottom of like I covered it up so that the filling won't come out. And I've also sewn here around the inside of the brim, where the brim connects to the head, so that it's less floppy. It did a little bit of improvement, but not too much. So yeah, but this is my twisted toadstool witchy hat, which will come to use maybe at the Halloween special. So these are my 2 finished objects. Now let me talk about my work in progress. Let me show it to you. I talked about this before. I started with chaining 100 for my size, and that was not something I calculated. It's just something I kept on making a chain, and then I've held it here and thought, yes, this is the kind of outline I want, the size of the opening around my neck. So that was the beginning. And of course I had to make sure that the chart would actually fit the number of stitches would have to be dividable by the number of the stitches in the chart. Otherwise I can't fit the chart into the stitches. So this is what I did, and I've done the color work with the extended single crochet. And since I'm working in the round and this is going to be a cardigan, I'm actually intending to I'm going to steek my project here, and therefore whenever I came to this area here, I just made a chain 6 with both strands of yarn together. However, I thought that it might be better to only make a chain 5, because then I have 2 stitches or 2 chains on the left and 2 chains on the right, and I can just snip the one in the middle. So I have the same amount of chains on either side of my steeking. And yeah, I'm going to work over the leftovers anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. It just helps to find the middle. Otherwise, when I chain 6, there's not really a middle to snip. So this is the only change I've made since I last talked about it. And obviously I've also made some progress with my fabric. I've added a couple of rows, and you might say, why hasn't she separated for the sleeves already? That's because I intend to make the sleeve like here. It's a little bit like a bulky fit, or lots of positive ease. And yeah, so also I wanted to finish this chart, the color work here. The chart goes on, but I'm going to split for the sleeves next. So that's the plan. And for that I'm going to measure. I'm going to put this over my head. I'm going to measure how much space I will need at this height here, at the level around my body, to have a positive ease of about 5 to 10 centimeters maybe. And then I know how much fabric I already have. I also will measure how much of the fabric I will need for the sleeves. And then to split for the sleeves, I'm actually going to work until I reach the beginning of the sleeve, and I'm going to make a chain which will be right here underneath that area, and then I will slip stitch into the back side here to where the sleeve will end. And so I will have like this area here, and the front and the back and the other sleeve, but I will also have extra stitches by working into the chain, which I will have added here at where the sleeves start and end. Do that make sense? I hope so. So this is the plan for next time. I'm sure I will show you. And once I've done that, I will actually do the steeking before I will continue working on the body. Because if I don't do color work, I don't actually have to do the steeking. I can just work forward and back, forward and back. And I think I will use another stitch pattern as well. I won't continue working the chart because this is all the color work I want to do. In the knitting chart, I would actually only be just above, or just above the breast. It's much smaller when you do it in knitting, but my gauge is quite huge. So this is why I'm already down here in crochet. And yeah, then I'm planning to do the button band, the collar, and I'm debating if I should pick up the stitches here at the sleeves and do the rest of the sleeves like a ribbing with knitting, or if I should do the ribbing in crochet, or if I actually do need more sleeves, or if I should just leave it like a short-sleeved cardigan. I will decide that once I've actually split for the sleeves and added some more to the body, because I will first finish the body and then I will see how much yarn I will have left for the sleeves. I think that's the plan. Yeah, so that's my work in progress, the Batignolles cardigan in crochet. Let's move on to incoming. I've been rummaging around Etsy again. You know I'm a squirrel or a collector of handmade items. So what I did was I've bought some fabric pumpkins. And I'm just going to show them to you. This is the first one. And you can buy this. It's German for favorite time. So autumn is actually my favorite time of the year. And you can buy that stitch pattern online, and then you can use it for your embroidery machine or a stitching machine. And my mother actually bought one, which we never used, but I can very well imagine to make some project bags with embroidery, machine embroidery on them. And this is like a prototype kind of thing, which I find very inspiring. And this is another one in green, which is, what's it says? What does it say? Autumn Whispers, or Fall Whispers if you are in America. And it's a lovely little heart there. So these are, they both are from the same maker on Etsy. I can't remember her name, but I will link her down below if you are actually in Germany and would like to purchase some. These are bought and gone, but she has plenty of other items for sale. Then from a different seller on Etsy, I've also bought some more embroidered items, and these are little light covers or light bags, directly translated from German, light bags. So you get these little tea lights, not like actual real fire, but the ones, the LED ones, which you can get. And then you can place this over it. So this is St. Nicholas. And then I've also got 3 Dutch houses to place over them. This is house number 1. And this is house number 2, which is my favorite. And house number 3. So I intend to like put on a lovely plate with 3 houses in a row and all lit from the inside, and then St. Nicholas walking from door to door. But this is something for December. I mean, St. Nicholas Day is the 6th of December, and I'm prepared. And also you can buy these as a file for your embroidery machine, and I would like to make them bigger actually. So we will see. I'm collecting ideas. Then in this bag here, I can't remember if I told you that I have entered a design to, or I submitted a design to John Arben Textiles. Fingers crossed it gets chosen, but I actually don't expect it to be chosen. However, this is the yarn I was using. It's a milled special. I've shown it before, I think. It's called We Love You, and it's Yarnadelic base. I can't show you my prototype for the design, but I'm going to take it out because I want to show you the bag in which it is living, and that's a bag which was made by my mother. She is up and creative again, which I take as a good sign. So this is the bag. Isn't that lovely? At the moment, I'm rather into vintage botanical drawings and sketches, and this is a really beautiful fabric, I think, and she's made the best of it. It has a little bottom, and it has a bag here. It's not a bag. It has a pocket here and a handle and a little keyring fob thing. Yeah, so this is a new bag I've got as a present. Also love these butterflies. Beautiful, beautiful bag fabric. Yes, so I wanted to show that to you. Now let me hide my prototype again. It's all safe in the bag. And then I've got a new pair of socks from Fräulein Jansen. She used to sell on Etsy, but she's now knitting on special request. You just send her a direct message on Instagram, and then she talks to you about what you would like, and then you can ask her to knit a pair of socks for you. So that's what I did. And I bought the pattern so that she can use it. I bought the pattern, which is called Be Creative, B as in B-double-E, Creative, and that's a knitting sock pattern by Ducati. That's the designer's Instagram handle. And I haven't worn these yet because I wanted them to be pristine and pretty and yeah, for you. So these are the socks. Aren't they beautiful? And we have here in front the bee pattern, and on the back of a sock, and here on top of the foot, and then at the bottom of the foot you have a different color design here, colorwork design, and there's a little bee here just before the heel. I love these socks. I wish I could knit like Sylvia, who is Fräulein Jansen. And you know what? She gifted them to me, which came as a complete surprise. And thank you, Sylvia, in case you're watching. And yeah, she's based in Germany, and she's doing magic with her knitting needles. I just love her socks. I bought so many pairs of socks from her. By now, I mean, I have a Fräulein Jansen collection. So yeah, that made my day. A beautiful pair of socks. Yeah. She always makes a little crochet heart from the leftover yarn. So in case you have to repair your sock, you can go and frock your heart, even though it's heartbreaking, literally. Yeah, so that's almost all for today, except a very big incoming thing. I had a message in my post box that I would have to go to the post office to collect something from overseas, and yeah, it came from Edinburgh, and I bet you can guess what it is. It's the new Moorit magazine. It has arrived. This is the cover design. The theme is cosmic, and the cover design is by the editor herself, Alison Chu, and I love the yarn which she has chosen for the design. And yeah, I just flicked through it. The digital versions are out already as well. And from what I can see, the aesthetics are right up my street. There's even a horoscope here at the front. What do the stars have to say about your crafting future? John and Kelsey, owners of Toronto local yarn store Batignolles, tell all. So here I'm Gemini. It says, you tend to get bored easily, so doing one project at a time isn't going to work. Try keeping at least 2 on the go at all times. One that requires heavy concentration and one that needs less focus. Tell yourself that there's no such thing as too many whips. I think I'm a kind of incarnation of this horoscope. Yeah, so that's a fun thing. And then you have beautiful, beautiful patterns. There's this here, beautiful sweater. That's Tunisian crochet words. And I'm not going to show you everything. This is a colorwork cowl in crochet and using the center single crochet, I believe, or also called waistcoat stitch, which I've used before for my own cowl designs. And then many, many more patterns. I love photography. It makes me want to go and read a book in an Edinburgh cafe. And yeah, there's a very interesting article written by Faye Hughes about the difference between yarn under and yarn over and what it means for your fabric, the size of your fabric and the stretch of your fabric and everything related to it. And then there is like a capelet which I would like to make, and this is the design is by Eddie Day Designs, Deanne Ramsey. She's one of my favorite crochet designers. Actually, there's another one, right, the next one here. This is by Sandra Gutierrez, who's Nomad Stitches, also one of my favorite designers. She made the Taroko sweater pattern and the mosaic goodness and so many. And I'm actually working on the other colorwork sweater, which I'm working on still. That's also one of her designs. She released a book herself. But this here, the Astronomia sweater, this is number 1 on my list, on my to-do list. I love the different textures, and also I think that it will be very flattering to have this like a change of color. Yeah, that's my number 1 on the list. And I also love the look of this cardi, even though I would like to actually pull up her sleeve over her shoulder. She should be cold by now, but yeah, I like the little cardi. Not sure if I would actually wear it, but I think it's very pretty. And what else? Yeah, some shawl designs. There's a macrame moon design. If you would like to make your own moon in macrame, and then obviously the instructions for all the designs at the back. And what I really also like is right at the end you see the little like an introduction to all the contributors, all the pattern designers, with photos. So if you haven't seen them before, then you can put a face and a name to the pattern. I really like that. And phew, good thing it passed me by that I didn't have to provide a photo of myself for ever being in a magazine all around the world. Which brings me to pattern designing. I better stop here because, for one, I'm cold, I need a cup of tea. And also, I would like to sit down and think about my next pattern submission. Not saying that I will actually submit it, but I would like to think about a new design. And with that, I will finish for today. I hope that you will have some quality crochet time next weekend or today. And also, if you are joining the Stephen West MCAL, then please consider joining also WhatsApp group by Yaline, who is made by Yaline. We are so many lovely people already in there. We are going to have a Zoom meeting on, don't let me lie, but I think it's the 2nd of October, and then another one on the 6th of October. And yeah, exciting things happening this month and next. So I'll keep you updated, and I hope that I will see you soon here again. Keep safe, keep healthy. And also to those in the hurricane area, I hope that you will get through this and that crochet will help you keep you calm. Talking about you, Hannah and Clarissa Beth. So lots of love. See you soon. Bye.